one of the biggest career accelerators for me is not rooted like in my tech stack, in my ability to network, interview, none of that. It was rooted in the fact of not taking professional feedback personally. That's it, that's all. I've been pulled aside in my career many times. Like, I can't count how many times someone has pulled me to the side and like kind of corrected me or put me up on game or whatever the case is. And at first, early in my career, it would be very uncomfortable because I'm like, what you know? Like, what you trying to tell me? But I've grown to the point now to where if you are already where I'm trying to get to, you must know a little something. And I lean in. I remember one time in particular, I was responsible for leading a global data mart. And I was on a call where I was presenting my updates. These people were from everywhere. Literally, it's a global project. So we're from everywhere: Australia, the UK, like everywhere. I was the only one on that call that was not either a vice president or a C-level position. The only one. And I call myself getting organized prior to the call. So I'm gonna write me a few little notes down because I mean I got ADHD. I'm trying to stay consistent. And in the call, I got so nervous that I actually was like, it sounded like I was reading. Like it sounded like I was reading. After the call, one of the VPs pulled me to the side and he's like, you can't do that. He said that when you're on calls with VPs and C suites and things like that, you lose credibility when you sound like you're reading. Like you don't sound confident. You don't sound like you know what you're talking about. And I ain't gonna lie, I was embarrassed because that's embarrassing as hell. Like everyone was on that call. But I had to like tuck that in my pocket because I understand. And when you're in certain rooms and have visibility to the way things are operate in those rooms, you take heed and you move accordingly. And ever since then, I don't do that no more. I remember another time I was trying to gain alignment on a project. I was trying to get the business to sign off on the requirements presented and so the development can move forward. I'm sending an email to the business, and me, I'm super technical. So my brain instantly went into like, okay, we're gonna do this filter, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this, and this, all in the email. My manager pulled me to the side and was like, don't do that. Recall that email, pull it back. He was like, you're technical. The business is not. They don't care anything about that. Once again, embarrassing, but you're right. You're right. So let me pull this back. I remember very early in my career, it was actually my very first role. And my manager at that time pulled me to the side because this was like when we were everybody everyone was in the office. And she pulled me to the side and she was like, don't show up to meetings anymore without like the ability to take notes, the ability to ask questions. Don't do that anymore. And I'm like, you know what? Say less. And each of those times where I've had to be pulled to the side to be corrected or highlighted or anything like that, I'm gonna take heed to it because I feel like when people correct you, they care about you. They're willing to invest their time, their effort, their energy into you. And I feel like when people stop correcting you or stop reaching out to you or stop caring, you don't really hold a lot of value over there. And if your manager or your director pulls you to the side like, hey, you need to do X, Y, and Z. You're typically a reflection of that team, of that management. So, of course, they care and they are invested in your success or the way that you appear to the larger audience. And as you enter a new space, those type of redirections or conversations might seem uncomfortable, but like I said, if people are truly invested in your success, they care about how you looking out here. And I think it's important to remove that those feelings from that professional feedback. Now, am I saying that all professional feedback is like you should take heed to it? No, I am not. But I think that we're adults, we have enough life experience in order for us to kind of sift through what's relevant and what's not. And I think that if that is coming from a place of, I truly care about how you are perceived out here in your career, you need to take heed to it and remove your feelings. So, bye, y'all. Hope this helps.